Hydrogen cars are about to become Tesla's biggest threat. Hello there folks, welcome back to another exhilarating video. Today in this amazing video, we'll be discussing why hydrogen cars are a big competition to Tesla and they can also be a big threat to EVs. So make sure to stay tuned until the end and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such amazing videos and updates. Let's get started. If you ask anyone what the future of cars looks like, they'll almost certainly say electric, with Tesla at the forefront of the movement. But what if we told you there's another option that's just as good, if not better, than battery electric vehicle? What if you could power cars with the universe's most abundant resource and only produce water as a byproduct? They are also more likely to cause disruptions in the auto industry than electric cars like Tesla. Hydrogen fuel cells have been a technology that has sparked both excitement and skepticism. Elon Musk has mocked hydrogen fuel cell technology before, referring to them as fool cells and mind-bogglingly stupid. However, major automakers believe there is still hope. Let's start by defining some terms. BEVs, or battery electric vehicles, are the electric vehicles with which most of us are familiar today, such as Teslas. They store electricity in a battery and use it to power the electric motor. A hydrogen fuel cell electric vehicle, or Fcef, such as Toyota's Mirai, produces electricity by combining hydrogen and oxygen, which then powers the car's electric motors. There are three main reasons why people do not purchase battery electric vehicles such as Teslas. They take too long to charge, have a limited range before needing to be recharged, and are significantly more expensive than a comparable gas-powered vehicle. So how do hydrogen vehicles fare in these categories? When it comes to charging, hydrogen vehicles outperform battery electric vehicles. A Tesla can charge anywhere from 30% to 50% in 15 minutes at a supercharging station, but at the full charge, it will take over an hour. Fuel cell vehicles do not require any kinds of charging. The hydrogen tank can be refilled in less than 5 minutes at the hydrogen stations, just like gas stations today. This is due to the fact that Fcefs do not store electricity like a battery. Instead, they generate it on demand to power the motor. When it comes to range, hydrogen-powered vehicles appears to be the clear winner once again. The three fuel cells vehicles currently on the road have a range of 312, 360, and 280 miles, respectively. The majority of electric vehicles have a range less than 250 miles. While some Tesla models have a range of over 300 miles, they are often out of reach for the average car buyers. Fuel cell vehicles, according to 78% of automotive executives, will be the breakthrough for electric mobility because of their range and refueling times. This isn't to say that fuel cell vehicles are without their own set of problems. Pricing for Fcefs needs to be more competitive. Fuel cell vehicles available today have a suggested retail price of around $60,000, which is about $20,000 more than a basic BEF. This is due to the small scale of production of these vehicles. It's nearly impossible to keep prices competitive when only a few thousands or hundreds are produced each year. But that could be about to change. Automobile manufacturers are attempting to increase productions of Fcefs. Toyota in particular has tenfold increased its production capabilities in order to lower its price of its Mirai. The lack of infrastructure is the real obstacle for hydrogen fuel cells. In the United States, California has the most hydrogen stations, with just over 40 available to fuel cell owners. A large network of hydrogen stations is required for Fcefs to become the trailblazer that automotive executives believe they will be, and automakers are working to make it happen one step at a time. Tesla will face a difficult challenge if and when fuel cell vehicles gain traction. They'll have to increase range while reducing recharging time and cost at the same time. The law of diminishing returns, however, limits Teslas and other battery electric vehicles. A larger battery is required to extend the range. A larger battery will increase the car's weight. After a certain point, adding weight doesn't give you any more range. It's all about the numbers with Fcefs. More hydrogen stations equals more cars, and more cars equals more fuel cell vehicles that are more affordable. Tesla has a monopoly of the zero emissions market in the United States with a whopping 60% market share. However, this represents only 2% of the total US car market. When we talk about the global car market, those number drops. The only thing holding Fcefs back is infrastructure. And as hydrogen stations become more widespread, Tesla may lose significant portions of the zero emissions market. For a technology that is mind-bogglingly stupid, it has the potential to be a serious competitor for the same customers that Tesla is pursuing. As a result, Elon might want to pay attention. Furthermore, with government incentives and fuel prices at an all-time high, you have most likely considered replacing your gasoline or diesel vehicle with a polar bear-friendly hybrid or electric vehicle. However, you may not have considered another option: a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. In comparison to the large number of electric vehicles on the market, hydrogen-powered vehicles are scarce. Despite its scarcity, some people are hailing this technology as one of the solutions of the world's climate crisis. We cannot continue to rely on fossil fuels indefinitely, so gasoline and diesel cars are clearly unsustainable in the future, even if you don't consider the emissions they produce, which you shouldn't. Fossil fuels have a finite supply, because hydrogen will never run out. It is the most abundant element in the universe. Hydrogen fuel cell cars appears to be a viable solution. Furthermore, the tailpipe emits only water. They can make the journey as far as a petrol or diesel car because they are powered by electric motors rather than traditional engines. They are almost silent. How does a hydrogen fuel cell vehicle operate? In the same way that an electric vehicle uses hydrogen to charge onboard batteries, a fuel cell car uses hydrogen to power an electric motor that turns the wheels. For you, this means you put hydrogen in your car's fuel tank at a regular gas stations. The car converts it to electricity, and then the electricity powers the wheels. Now, for the technical stuff. A hydrogen tank in a fuel cell car can be refilled with pressurized hydrogen in minutes. Electricity is generated for the car's batteries and motors when hydrogen is passed through a fuel cell stack. In a liquid, a fuel cell stack is essentially a three-dimensional wire mesh that triggers a reaction. It has a positively charged anode and a negatively charged cathode on one end, and a positively charged cathode on the other. Within this stack, hydrogen atoms split into protons and electrons. The protons combine with air to form water vapor, while the electrons are fed into the car's batteries, which then use a motor to power the wheels. At high speeds, the hydrogen-generated electricity can directly power the motor rather than being stored in the battery. Furthermore, the batteries and hydrogen can both power it at the same time during high acceleration. The beauty of hydrogen fuel cell cars is that it emits only water as exhaust and have their own power stations to replenish their batteries. In addition, unlike pure electric cars, which can take hours to recharge, hydrogen fuel cell cars can be refueled in minutes, making them far more practical for long trips and making them feel more like gasoline and diesel cars. When you consider how hydrogen fuel is made in the first place, you'll see that there's bigger problem. Our atmosphere contains only 1 part per million of hydrogen despite its abundance. Although there's a lot of hydrogen on the planet's surface, the majority of it is found in chemical compounds like water and, ironically, crude oil. This means that hydrogen fuels must be produced industrially, and in the commercial world, up to 95% of all hydrogen is produced by burning fossil fuels. This creates a conundrum. In order for a hydrogen fuel cell car to work, it must burn oil, gas, or coal to produce, store, and use enough hydrogen to power a large number of cars. Until large-scale hydrogen production becomes environmentally friendly, it makes better sense to either A. Burn gasoline or diesel directly to power the car, or B. Charge an electric car's batteries directly from the grid, rather than storing the energy as hydrogen in between. If you're a private individual rather than a company looking to purchase a fleet of cars, the technology is difficult to recommend right now due to the high cost of the cars and the lack of refueling infrastructure. Only a few hydrogen fuel cell cars are currently on the market, but more are on the way. Only then will the fueling infrastructure begin to develop and hydrogen cars will begin to make a lot of sense. That brings to the end of our video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such great content. Also, let us know your thoughts on hydrogen car in the comment section.